Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to use the word all protocols observed. My name's Nalwoga, Lillian. I do convene the Uganda Internet Governance Forum, and I'm a founding member of the Internet Society Uganda chapter, among other many hats I carry. But today, we are here to talk about how can we build a resilient and a digital inclusive for all Ugandans. So how can we have a resilient and an inclusive internet for all Ugandans? I know we are a bit behind time, so I'll try to be brief. We've had the Internet Governance Forum since 2006. There are quite a number of things that we've achieved having a convening like this one, because mainly we start from the bottom, getting feedback or engagements from the community. That includes yourselves here physically and those online. And these conversations, we take out the key issues or the key areas of concern that we can address as an internet community in Uganda. So the fact that you're here today, it shows your determination and commitment to having a better internet, all an internet for everyone, as we at the Internet Society say. Before, however, I go into maybe saying more about why we are here, a brief about the Internet Governance Forum for those who are new to it. It is a forum that is under the mandate of the United Nations. And yes, it has been happening still since 2006. And this year, we do have the Global Internet Governance Forum taking place on our continent in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, for the dates November 28th, which is towards end of this month, to the first week of December, that is December 2nd. I encourage all of us here to at least make sure that we participate in the Global Forum. I know in the past we've had challenges getting people to travel to these exotic places, as we call them, you know, visa problems or ticket problems, but we're on the continent. It is 2 hours to Addis, and I think it should be a good opportunity for us to be present as Ugandans in this forum. But away from the Global Internet Governance Forum, we do have the Continental Forum, which is hosted by the Africa Union. And unfortunately, that took place in July in Malawi this year. However, that does not stop us from having our national debates. So on that note, we also do have the Regional Internet Governance Forum, that is the East Africa Internet Governance Forum, that is hosted at the East Africa Community Headquarters in Arusha, Tanzania. And that one is taking place a day from today, which is Thursday. Again, if you're not able to physically make it, there will be room for remote participation. So I do encourage us to make sure that conversations that we are having here today should fit into the regional forum and see how we can also contribute to the global discussions or the global internet governance discussions. Quite a number of issues we have to discuss today or to kind of shed light on. Of course, we do have a high-level panel that has I don't know if I use the word experts, but they're experts in their own right. They'll be talking about what does it mean to have, for us to realize that resilience and inclusion in the digital world for Ugandans. I know the internet today is moving fast, and at times we play catch up. I hope there's a time that we shall see some robotics, like, there's Sophia, who keeps, making rounds in the region, in Rwanda. I think at one time, Sophia made it to Munyonyo. But I do hope that and pray that we'll have, that robot come and speak to us at one of the Uganda Internet Governance Forums. So we are talking about artificial intelligence. We are talking about innovation. We are talking about security, awareness. We are talking about the cyber norms. When you go online, what is it you think about? Who controls or who runs these so many security kind of, forums or, terms and conditions? What are the norms? If today we got a global attack, how do we approach that kind of, attack from a normative approach? We are talking about resistance. Yeah? There's a session that will talk about impact of shrinking space on feminists. It will be an interesting one to listen in. But for the first time also, we are having the topic on digital libraries being featured in the Uganda Internet Governance Forum. For those of us who have been following this forum, we had taken a step back and would have one day, half a day event. But this year, we took a different approach to organizing, and we decided to have a bottom-up approach as it is with a global forum. We had an issue for call for proposals, session proposals, and all the sessions that you see here today were not dictated by us at the Secretariat, but they came from the needs of what people wanted to talk about when it came to resilience and inclusion on the internet in Uganda. So with that, I know we are already a bit late, and at times, yes, I say I'm going to say a few words and I end up saying many, but I would like to thank you once again for joining us for this year's Internet Governance Forum. And of course, I give also would like to recognize our partners in this forum. That is Afrinic, Internet Society, the Ministry of ICT, as we shall hear from the next, I think, person who will be speaking after me. We've had the Uganda UYIGF that happened last month, and we also had the Uganda School on Internet Governance. I'm sure there are some people who participated in the school. It was remotely. I could see a show of hands. I see Daniel here. There's another one. Yes, you're most welcome. Yeah, as I conclude, I would like to say that we are trying to build the capacity of Ugandans, whether it's youth, whether you're a policymaker, whether you're a practitioner or anyone who uses the internet, to understand what lies beyond the word internet. So our approach is we are beginning to have the capacity building sessions, and next year we are sure it will be physical, because for the last 2 years we've been having these schools remotely. And of course, to the youth run, nowadays, I don't know if the youth are the one, they are still the future. Eh? We try to build their capacity to understand what internet governance is about, how's the internet evolved, and the like. What are the underlying issues? How can the youth take advantage of the many opportunities that the digital world has to offer? So with those few words, I would like to give the mic back to Basil to welcome our next speaker, Innocent. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, our convener. Yes, you've heard it all. We are going to talk about how to have an internet for everyone. And she has invited you for the Global Forum, which will be in Ethiopia. So if you have some time, you can go there and listen, learn, and also contribute to the Internet Society. I'm going to invite Mr. Innocent Adriko. He'll be telling us more about the Internet. Mr. Innocent.
Actually, I'm just going to present the key outcomes from the UYIGF briefly. As Lillian has just talked about it, the youth are key stakeholders in the internet governance ecosystem, as they occupy the most percentage of internet users in Uganda and world over. That's a reason as to why the IGF Secretariat has recognized the importance of meaningful youth participation in the IGF processes and promotes the strengthening of these youth initiatives around. So on 6 October of this year, we held Uganda Youth IGF 2022. That was the third. And we had over 70 young people at the National ICT Innovation Hub under the theme Collective Youth Participation in Advancing Digital Transformation and Inclusion. The key outcomes of the forum, just in summary: 1, there's exclusion of young people by the older generation at various levels of decision making, because the older generation stereotypes youth inclusion and don't recognize that youth dominate the internet, and challenges can only be addressed with the young people at the table. The young people are agents of creativity and innovation who are well versed with technology and can be drivers of change and transformation in their communities if meaningfully included in all processes. The youth therefore need to get included in policy issues so as to be part of the decision-making process and contribute to reshaping the internet ecosystem in Uganda. 2, digital platforms are online infrastructure that provide a wide range of services to young people, such as online shopping, entertainment, learning, to mention by a few. There are a number of opportunities on the digital space, such as content creation that can generate income for young people. Therefore, the benefits of inclusion of youth are evident, and this should be a target for all stakeholders. 3, the world we live in isn't fully inclusive, as marginalized groups are not considered in most cases. It should be noted, for example, that most PWDs are not included in the digital space. Therefore, the need for all stakeholders to be mindful of inclusion for PWDs in innovation and in the digital space. 3, technology is an enabler for everyone and has helped break barriers limiting people's productivity and transformed, I beg your pardon, many societies around the globe. The young people therefore need to step up and build their capacity in order to fit in the contemporary world and not be left behind. The young people should also be educated to meaningfully use digital spaces and platforms to empower themselves through learning, pushing for change through advocacy and innovation. 3, that should be 5. Having youth leaders taking center stage in technology and internet issues would be a step forward towards addressing challenges such as misuse of the digital platforms and online crime. The digital gender divide is also a challenge that needs to be addressed, as females equally need to be included. The other is there's a lack of trust of the internet among many young people due to doubt of their safety online, privacy concerns, and fear of being caught on the wrong side of the law as they express their views. This is coupled with the high cost of the internet and digital gadgets that has also left many young people, especially from rural areas, excluded from the online space. Therefore, the need for stakeholders to work together and address this barrier to digital inclusion. And finally, there is need for youth, for the young people in Uganda to capitalize on their skill sets on the internet so as to create a difference online and set their priorities right in order to meaningfully engage in the internet ecosystem. Young people should further use the internet to enhance their skill sets, to shape their career path that they would want to pursue. So I'm just going to conclude with a message from the young people. In periods of crisis, digital technologies provide a lifeline that keeps people, communities, and businesses functioning. From the COVID-19 pandemic to violent conflicts and natural disasters, being connected has allowed us to continue working, learning, and communicating. COVID-19 further showed us, I beg your pardon, that the internet is not a luxury, but a lifeline, and underscored why affordable and meaningful internet access must be a basic human right. But while the internet has remained reliable, our world became increasingly unpredictable. The biggest threat to the internet and its functionality is the user. The good news is that we have the opportunity to do better, to make better decisions for the internet, for the future of the internet, so that it can grow even bigger and stronger. Therefore, as we gather here today, let us find a common ground to address the challenges facing the internet ecosystem in Uganda. Thank you very much.